A second criteria, successful recruiter, a salesman for this university. A third criteria, a proven leader of young men. It's important that he has the commitment that we share of developing student athletes to be future leaders when they leave this university. And the fourth criteria, a desire to be at SMU. That's important. This is a great place, and we can be successful professionally here. The timeline, I've always said it, and you now see it. It was dictated by the quality of the candidate we were after. And I've already talked to you about the qualities of this candidate, or this winner. And again, I mentioned the fact that we did follow university procedure. We took our time. We did it right. It was a very open search. It was a very thorough search, and I'm proud of all that. But without any further ado, let me introduce the next head football coach of SMU football. And the three things that really attracted me as we talked for many hours after he was finished with his bowl game, he mentioned, he goes, you know, Steve, I excel in building football programs. SMU is committed to rebuilding its football program. We will be successful at SMU. That sealed me. So without any further ado, our new head football coach at SMU, June Jones.
Wow, obviously very tough to watch. A very jubilant scene out in Dallas, Texas, as SMU welcomes in Coach June Jones. Well, coming up later today, the University of Hawaii is expected to react to June Jones leaving after this afternoon. When they do, we hope to bring that to you live. And if we do get the picture back, I believe we are getting that back as we speak. We're going to join them back as Coach June Jones begins to make his comments to the SMU players and the program.
Decision for me, that's all I can say. But when I got here yesterday and had the opportunity to meet some of the people firsthand, I've talked to Steve Orsini on the phone 2 days after the bowl game for about 2 hours. He shared with me a lot of the future and the plans, although I didn't know until I got here and had the opportunity to meet some of the people that he had been sharing with me that day. And from Dr. Turner's office, where I got firsthand what he's all about, and I can see the things that he's contributed to the school already. When I drove through campus with him, it was pretty unbelievable to me. I'd never seen the campus other than playing in the stadium, which I was really thrilled about when we first came here in 2000, I think it was, to play. And so that was exciting to me. And then as I went through and met Jerry and Carl and some of the guys on the trustees and the search committee, I really understood what Steve was saying, that the commitment to get back to a high level of competition and playing football at SMU was in everybody's interest, and that excited me. Eric Dickerson is a very good friend of mine. We had talked a couple years ago about SMU, and I had followed this program clear back to when Tom Rossley was here. In fact, I remember when I was coaching in the pros, I made a phone call to recommend Tom Rossley. I knew Mike Cavan very well. I also know Phil Bennett from way back in my playing days at the Falcons. And I know that they've laid the groundwork through some tough situations the last 20 years that SMU is primed and ready to go to the next step. And that was confirmed to me yesterday as I went through meeting all the people and saw the look in their eye of hunger to do it. And it excited me last night when I went back to the hotel to be a part of that. As I said, and as Steve said, the fact that you're where you are right now excites me. Just because the only way is up, and I am good at going up. So with that said, I'm you know, when I look out, we were second time we came by the office here to look over the field. I'm excited to play the style of football that I play. It'll be a fun one to come to the games. It'll be fun to watch, and we will attract the players to come play in our offense. I'm excited about some of the coaches that I have talked to already that are willing to come be a part of this, and I think from here it's just going to be a great ride, and I'm looking forward to getting energized to take a step away, but at the same time get going again and get it done for these guys. And any place I've ever been, it's the we factor, it's the team factor that is the most important thing. You can have the greatest talent in the world, you can have the greatest front office in the pros, you can have everything, but if everybody isn't on the same page, you're beat before you go even kick it off. And I really sensed in the 48 hours that I've been here that everybody is on the same page here, and that is what excited me. So with that said, I appreciate it, Steve, the opportunity.
Welcome,
Dr.
SMU.
Turner, thank you so much for the opportunity you provided for me, and I look forward to making you proud of SMU.
At this time, we'll take questions from the media.
What was the hardest thing about leaving Hawaii, and how tough was the final decision?
The hardest thing about leaving Hawaii for me is that it was more than just leaving. I'm very attached to the people of Hawaii, and I get attached to my players, and that's a hard thing whenever that happens. And right up until last night, when I went to bed and got, said my prayers, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest. It was a very, very difficult decision because of that. My relationship with not just the school, but with the people of Hawaii. That was what made it hard. But the opportunity here surpasses everything. There's a time to move on, and I just really believe that this is the time for me to move on, and the opportunity for my family, and to take a step and have this happen is just more than anything I could imagine.
Steve,
You turned around
at what
Hawaii.
point during the search, the brief search, did you focus in, actually come in to look at Coach Jones as the guy you really thought you could get? And Coach, could you tell me, when did you actually make your decision?
Well, early on in our discussions with our search firm, Bob Bodine mentioned June as a potential candidate for us to consider. This was way before any contact was made, didn't know what his interest was, but Bob Bodine was the one to bring the name up first, and of course, I said, "Ooh, there's a person that meets our criteria." And then the process of internally going through the list continued. We then followed his success, as we did with others on that list, and we saw that his success was so good, it really delayed our process. And yet, here we are today. They did receive permission from Hawaii to talk to other schools right around the Christmas time. And when we heard that, we went ahead and started talking with the agent, respecting what Coach Jones had to do.
Coach, you
Coach,
turned
what-
around Hawaii in one season. What should the expectations be here, and what other support do you need to realize that success?
I'll answer the second part first. I really think the commitment that Steve has made and that the groundwork laid by my predecessors, I really think the facilities and everything is here, and now it's my job to focus on what it's going to take from the players to get them to play at a level together. I feel confident I can do that. If I was to tell you that I said when Hawaii had lost 18 straight games, they were talking about dropping to Division II, and that we were going to have the greatest turnaround in the history of college football in '99, I'd be lying to you. But I did have confidence in what we were doing. I had done it at other places, at the Oilers, at the Lions, at Atlanta, and so